All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Mr. Westford, and today I have with me
Abba Alabanza.
what you got going on. What you do? What you about, man? I know some people who have been here for a while, seen you around, but what do you? Who are you?
Abba Alabanza is my reggae artist, political critiquer internet name. My name's Jacob. My wife calls me Jacob. People call me Jacob. And yeah, I make reggae music. I have 5 studio albums and around 40 singles released on the interweb platforms. And with that, with reggae music comes certain ideas, principles that I project out there on the interwebs via audio waves. And lately, I've been doing the social media with reels and shorts and creating high impact content. Let's say to think of this as a business, and I'm meditating on ideas of how to connect all of that together. Um, what about you, man? What's the got any goals right now? You're the genius behind on the screen right now, and I'm sure with all the streaming and things, you must have some long term goal there.
Oh yeah, I mean I have long term goals, and I mean all my short term goals at the moment are just personal. Getting stuff done on my property, getting stuff done financially, so I can be freed up to put more thought life into doing this stuff and have more fun, trying to do more creative stuff. Um, I mean, it's pretty easy to just be like, hey, let's do something and press live. It's basically what we did now. So not a lot of prep work. And but even as I'm looking at this, like, I could I don't know, like have something in the background. Like, what could I have? Uh, I don't know. We've got a bunch of pre-made stuff. We could have Donald Trump right behind us. There he is. I mean, something. I don't know. I got to do some house cleaning. I got to do some housekeeping. But I get some money. I get some paper sometime this month, and I'll be making my studio. That'll give me some more time to just be able to work stuff out. But yeah, like right now in the short term with streaming, it's try to have more guests. I keep thinking I have an idea to do something myself, but I think maybe I don't know if it's I lack the confidence to just open it up and do like what Jim Bob or people like that do, where it's just them and they interact with the audience and stuff, but they'll go for like 4 or 5 hours just them. And I've tried that a couple times, and I feel like I feel like my brain seeps out of my temples. Like at the end of it,
Uh-huh.
I feel like my brain's a shot because I'm trying to entertain and also like manage stuff uh and
Yeah, it's a
I'm
lot of work.
maybe I'm too
I hear you.
careful. Like I'm trying to be funny, but I'm also like trying not to step over boundaries or whatever. I don't know. It's a weird line to walk, and I'm still trying to figure that out. But hey, yo, what's up, Austin Detilio?
Aston Ditilio. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I hear you loud and clear. I've tried that a few times, also going live, just by myself, and it's a lot of work. You're, especially if you're not like if you don't have these segments laid out and things. It's like, thinking what next thing you're gonna say
yep,
and entertaining, and it's like then all right, I'm just gonna read some comments now, and then I feel like I'm being boring. So yeah, for sure,
right. You can get in your
it
head
makes it
really hard,
easier.
but you can
Yeah.
feel when you're like in the flow and when you've come out of the flow. And it happened to me so many times where I'll be like, my wife's like, "Hey, we're gonna go to dinner at a friend's house at 4, so you better close up before that." And then like the stream's been going for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then something happens, and like all these jokes keep popping off, and like people jump in. It's like suddenly a party, and it's fun, and it's just going. I'm like, oh, I got like 10 minutes before I got to go,
Yeah.
but it's suddenly really good.
Yeah, I know. I feel that. You can break the ice there and then get in the flow. This is why I had meditated or spoken with you. Sorry,
We
off
meditated together.
stream. Yeah, we meditated, dude. We did some of these Kundalini presses on the river. Yeah, about maybe creating some type of show. I have that idea, there would be like an icebreaker at the end, right? Some intro, and then just things lined up. You know, we're gonna show this part of the video, and we're gonna commentate it, and we have this much time to do it. And then next video, boom, 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 and we have an hour and 15, hour and a half long. And you know, the beginning of it is light, some lightness, you know, or some heaviness, you know, but something that breaks the ice to be able to enter that flow, you know, a bit easier. And yeah. But yeah, so you know, we'll see what happens there. Yeah, we'll see.
One day at a time. So today we are going to go over some people who reviewed you and your music and your message, and I feel like that's pretty much all they talk about, right? Mostly probably not even talk about your music, probably just your message.
My beard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the message. My beard and the message.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna put it on
my do-rag.
1.25.
My do-rag and my do-dangle. My do-dangle.
I don't think I've ever heard it called a do-dangle.
Peace and love, but do not be gay. You ever smoke so much weed that your brain just turns into mush? Look, I'm not ashamed to say that it's happened to me many times. But have you ever smoked so much weed that you've turned into a racist, misogynistic, homophobic, transphobic bigot that makes Christian reggae music? Well, unless your name is Abba Alabanza, I think it's pretty safe to say that you've never done that.
I don't know why you showed that one. That one's vibes.
I mean, I feel like my mom would listen to this.
Now, Abba Alabanza is a really interesting character. He's a Christian reggae artist. He's a truth-telling. He's a husband. He's a father. He's building a home. He's got merch. He's got music. And he's got purifying minerals. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think that those are the 8 things that everybody needs to be a real man.
That's sarcasm.
This is trying to be funny. I respect it. But before we go on, what is the cleansing? What are the cleansing minerals?
I've got these minerals, and they're from volcanic mica, and they purify water. So it's amazing. You put them in your water, and you can watch all of the gunk float to the bottom, and then you filter it out. Yeah, link in the bio.
Yep. All right, didn't know that part. It seemed like, especially in the description, it felt like it was at left field, but I respect it.
How many abortions have you had, feminist, is a lyric that I can only dream of writing. Beautiful lyrics, powerful emotion, amazing syntax, one of the coolest dudes I've ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, I talked to this one girl, like the day I met her, first 5 minutes I met her, she told me, she was like, I just had my like 12th abortion. I'm like, wow, are you okay? She's like, no, she said it like a, hey, how do you do? My name is Jessica. And I'm like, you've murdered how many children?
Unbelievable. I mean, it's becoming more and more believable. It's become like on the internet, this kind of ongoing joke with feminists. They'll exaggerate the amount of abortions they have. I've noticed that. And I've gotten a lot of backlash from that lyric of me being a total art. Are we allowed to say the R slur?
Like retard?
On YouTube? Yes. Yeah, I've gotten some backlash for that, for being a total retard. But you know, it was a question to all the feminists, not just to one woman. That how many this year have you had? And I think like, how many abortions could one woman have in a year?
I mean, a lot.
12, 13,
probably,
like with the 12 months.
But...
Well, yeah. How many times are they?
Well, it depends on, are we including like day after pill? So then you wouldn't have to like know that you're pregnant after 4 weeks with a test or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I guess I didn't have that in account, but my thing was like, according to the World Health Organization, there's like 72 million abortions happening worldwide. I don't think that is including contraceptions, and probably a lot more. It's probably a lot more than that, actually. If the WHO is saying it, we can add some numbers there. But that was directed towards like the broad stroke feminist like to all of them. You know, like how many
Right.
how many feminists in America? You know, so I've had
And it's wild. There's feminists I've heard talk like abortion's like a coming of age thing, like it's like a rite of passage, where it's like a sacred thing.
Wow,
and
that's interesting.
Yeah, these people deserve the death penalty.
I mean, it's that's close to, you know, I mean, comparable to the black that is, you know, has the initiation into the gang, right? To murder somebody. So yeah, I haven't actually heard that. That's wild.
Yeah, I'd have to pull up the clip somewhere, but I remember seeing like a feminist talking about like it's like a new age, which I mean, obviously it'd be like child sacrifice. I mean, it's pretty, even like the secular form of a woman going to get abortion, where it's not like new agey or occultic or whatever, is pretty much on its face child sacrifice. I am sacrificing this child's life to get, you know, to get the trade-off of not having to spend the money or not having to drop out of school for this semester or whatever, or not the hassle or whatever. It's always just a sacrifice to get whatever selfish thing you want.
Yep. I hear you loud and clear. Man, no, I don't want to take too long of a pause here, but, you know, I cannot multitask very well. I am going
we'll go back.
share. I'm going to share your YouTube channel on my Instagram page, which I have some people following there, and usually about 300 to 500 people view my stories. So maybe we can get some haters up in this chat. What do you think?
Sure. I mean, if we're talking about abortion, I have to like center myself because I get pretty pissed off, and I just have to I get stoic because I know I'm my blood's boiling.
All of the
like how does your blood not boil when women talk about murdering their own children, and like not even just like a shameful, like they're open about it and they rejoice and they say you shouldn't have a say. Like it's 25 years minimum. 25 years minimum. These ladies. Is
that what you think? Wow.
I mean, yeah. I think abortion should be illegal, rare, and unsafe. That St. John Chrysostom talks about when women get abortions and it's unsafe and they die due to getting an abortion, that it's God's mercy on them. That their death, they're paying with their own blood as a repentance for murdering their own children.
I remember reading that.
Because I mean, there's not much like. I'm sure. I mean, we could talk about all the different types of evil, but just like a mother destroying its own young, when a mother's entire impulse is to care for and nurture and protect its young. Like there's not much more of a you can't subvert femininity more than abortion, really. I mean, obviously you could do like the trans stuff, like men trying to be women or women trying to be men, like that's subversion, but that doesn't really get to the heart of like what femininity is. Like one of the deepest things about women, femininity, is bringing up children.
Sorry, quick selfie for the to bring in the feminists so they can talk to us directly about the abortion. And yeah, let's see.
So yeah, I don't really care. I don't care that much that baby murderers get hurt. I have a hard time being empathetic there.
That's Abba Alabanza. So I just want to take a look at Abba Alabanza's Instagram page and see if he has any new ideas that are going to challenge how I view the world. But we're also going to see some really incredible.
You have SpongeBob behind you.
You guys
might
want to strap in, because this is going to be a bumpy one.
How
but first, what's up? My name is Connor McDowell,
valuable
and I'm
your
campaigning to be People
is.
Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive for the year 2025. If you like this video or you think I should be nominated, just click subscribe. One subscribe equals one vote for me to be on the cover of People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive.
Right. Okay.
I don't know if Peter Johnson.
No, thank you.
But Abba Alabanza is something special. It's not often that a white dude trying to break into a music industry that's not really meant for him. It's not often that you get a
Bob Marley was
conservative
half
reggae
white
artist who lives in the woods of Mexico. No, how do I know he lives in Mexico? Well, he told me himself.
Hey guys, here are 6 things that I learned about Mexicans from living in Mexico the past 6 years. 1, they are liars. Everybody knows that everybody's lying. In their culture, truth is of very little value. They even have a saying in Mexico, el que no tranza, no avanza. That the one that does not cheat and lie in business especially does not go up or rise up.
You're a conservative, dude. This is conservatives' bread and butter. They cheat and they lie and they steal in order to gain power and money. That's just like their whole thing. Donald Trump is the fucking president right now, dude. What are you talking about, dog? Everybody does that shit. It's not exclusive to Mexican people. Every single thing that he brings up in this video is not exclusive to one race of people.
2, they are racist. The more middle-class, posh Mexicans look at the more poor Mexicans like, little Mexicanitos, little things. Also, there's a very strong anti-white agenda happening in Mexico, just like the rest of the Western world.
You just don't get it, dude. Mexicans are super racist. And I'm allowed to say that they're racist because I am also super racist.
3, they are patient on the road. They can cut you off and make you break, so you can cut them off and make them break. And nobody's mad.
I mean, at least that one's nice.
4, they are lazy.
All right, and we're right back in it. Okay.
It's really hard to get them up and going and working.
Hey, you might want to pause it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, because, I don't know. Do we just get the best Mexicans up in America? Because there's some hard working chimichangas. I'll tell you what.
No, I hear you. I hear you there, and I don't want your channel to get banned or anything. Because I will say this: every time I've made any piece of content about Mexicans, it has been way more censored than any other thing that I've ever posted. So it's like a highly protected thing on social medias. Yeah, so just be careful with that one. You could fast forward it. There's one part of it. This guy's obese, by the way. There's one. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I don't know why he started doing it, but he started screaming and shows his whole body. Screaming, he's dressed.
Like he takes his shirt off, or
no, he's dressed. He's showing his whole body, and he's kind of in the back, and he's screaming, and his whole blubber, all of his blubber is just. It's a funny thing. He's reacting to one of the videos like he's mad, I just thought that part was funny.
I don't see that part. Maybe
no, look, I married a Mexican. She's a white Mexican. But, I also my business partner Mexican, he's a short brown Mexican. And he's awesome, and he would 100% agree with every single thing that I put in that video. My wife would too. And all of my Mexican friends would too, right? So this is a social, cultural thing that's happening in Mexico. Like I said, there's a saying in Mexico, el que no tranza, no avanza. This is a very well-known saying. The one who does not cheat, steal, and lie does not go up. And it's very, it's a practiced thing. You're in a conversation with people. I mean, the first couple of weeks I was in Mexico, I'm like, what? My brain was like, whoa, what's going on? I mean, you guys are lying to me. You guys know that you're lying to me. We all know that we're lying now, and nobody can say anything. That's the thing. You can't say anything when you're there about it. You can't call them out because it's called dejar en vista. It's like you can't embarrass people in front of other people. And Gringolandia here, we're way more direct than Mexicans. So it's more like, hey man, like what? That's not even true. And you can kind of do that here. So, there you can't at all. And it's just a cultural thing. Like you can't tell somebody that they're lying, even though they're lying, because game over. They're going to get really pissed off. Maybe you'll get in a fight,
I mean, most people, especially if they're just somebody you don't really know that well around here, I mean, they'll just get really defensive if you call them out for lying. But have you ever heard in Mexico, like people going,
yeah,
is that a thing? That's a real thing?
Yeah, that's in the center of the country. That's what they do. That's how they always.
It's like calling someone an MFer, right?
Beat. No, it means a lot of things. No, it's mainly used as a greeting.
Oh,
there's actually
a Mexican girl I used to work with. She's like, "That's me calling you an MFer when I whistle that at you."
No, I think she's making that up. But
for
the most part, it's just greeting. That's how you greet people. Men greet men that way. The women usually are never doing that. Another way another thing they do, which I really like, is they say this is saying "si" means yes. So it's like in India, like this also means yes, you know, and you don't have to say anything. That's why I like it. So, you know, it's like, you know, you're in a conversation and you're just like, you know, you just do that little index wiggle and it means yes. It means like you're approve of whatever, you know. So I like it because it doesn't require any vocalization.
Do Mexicans hate being snapped at? That's what I've heard. Like if you like, hey, over here, they're like ready to fight.
Yeah. I don't know. I hadn't thought of that. That's not something I do to people.
Yeah, you should just like next time you're in Mexico at a convenience store, be like, hey, over here, buddy. Like see if if it gets going.
I know that like pointing at them, like, hey, yeah, like, did you do that? Like, they don't want you to point the finger.
Oh, interesting.
But no, I never saw that either in Mexico. You know, I've been there the past 6 years for anyone listening. So it's like, you know, this thing, I'd never see them do that. I haven't thought of it. I never
we need to
had that
triangulate
practice
with Mano because he lived in Mexico for years too. So that'll really tell us what the Mexican spirit is like.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Do you think Mexico's ready to become Orthodox? Or are they too much of liars yet?
You know, it's generalization there, you know, of course. So, you know, Orthodox churches are few, very, very, very few and far between. You know, most are Catholic and they're not practicing Catholics. You know, they'll tell you they're Catholic, but that's just because their parents were Catholic and their grandparents. So I would say for the most part, it's extremely degenerate modern culture. The Mexican culture, the feminist movement there is huge, way bigger than the United States. So I mean, it's pretty.
I'll see you at coffee hour, eh?
It's been pretty far away.
Hey, cholo. I don't know. What do they say? Anyways, I guess we can go back to this Mexican stuff.
Mexican.
Clear and simple? Clear and simple? Motherfucker!
Oh, there he is.
This is your music!
A false utopia,
Big
they
one.
fight
Oh, that
too
wasn't
hard.
it.
A false utopia, they swallowed whole. A man and woman on a teapot.
Yeah,
Sure and value, but with different roles. Job made distinctions for reason. Women must be and protect the whole. Feminist women are competing. A battle against the very nature of them. Feminism is a problem.
Do not talk to me about clear and simple. Also, I think it's really rich that this dude is talking about how you can't get a straight answer out of somebody when he clearly doesn't understand when someone is fucking with him.
Hey guys, look, this white girl has told us that she's had 38 abortions.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, the fact that she would have pride in the amount of her own offspring she's killed doesn't really matter if it's 38 or not.
Right. I got a lot of backlash for that one because for being a total retard and not knowing that she was joking. And I actually had the hunch that she wasn't being serious. I was leaning more towards, you know, that being sarcasm. But I did, because I get those comments all the time, you know, from feminists saying how many abortions they've got. But that number of 38 was like not too high, you know, and not too low to make this content. So that's why I chose it.
I mean, if it was like 700, you'd be like, ah.
Right. Exactly.
I saw one thing. It was saying that like black women today have killed more black people than any like amount of Southern slavers did in like probably like 100 years of the South centuries. Just like one or two or three, maybe a whole black neighborhood's killed more black people. Just abortions, not even like the, you know, black on black crime.
I believe it. I don't need to see any data. I don't need to research that. I totally believe it.
Well, I mean, it's crazy stuff. Like you watch
100%.
videos of like Planned Parenthood, people going in, like Protestants, evangelicals, like going in there and like trying to educate or help or like say like all adopt a baby or whatever. And some of the like ladies will go in like, there's a baby in there? The hell you don't know there's a baby? That's what you're coming to get rid of. Like there's some like really dumb people going and getting abortions.
How many abortions do you think the average feminist has had? And how much do you think they're going to suffer spiritually for it? Please let me know in the comments.
I'm thinking maybe like 20 is probably the baseline. If this is 38 and that seems a little excessive, I think 20 abortions baseline is probably where we're at. But the question, how much do you think they're going to suffer spiritually, is kind of hard to answer, right? Because let he who is without sin cast the first stone. I've sinned before. I'm a sinner. I loved that fucking movie, okay? But I'm also not going to stand here on business making fun of other sinners who have had abortion when I know the sins that I've done are worse than abortion. I'm on my damn...
What sins have you committed that are worse than killing your own children?
Right. Which ones? I wish you had gone into some more detail about
that just sounds like rhetoric. Like sin is sin in one aspect, but not every sin has the same consequences or the same destruction upon your soul. Like if I don't know, if I lie to my mom about whatever, that's probably not the same as killing my own children. Just gonna think that's a safe bet there.
Yeah.
So I want to know what's worse thing you've done than killing 20 of your own kids?
Phone too much. That's my sin. So again, I am not one to cast stones. Okay. Anyway, his sixth fact about Mexicans is that they are short and brown.
6. Last but not least, they are short and brown.
Hey, hold up. Pause it. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's a funny one, just because recently, I was with my brother, yes, my blood brother. He's got this black friend, and we were all there in his living room. And a friend of my brother's came and worked with me. I work with trees. I had hired him to work with me one of the days, and he asked me how he did. And I said, not so great. He's on his phone a lot. And also, he's tall. And I need somebody short. Ideally, I need a short Mexican to work with me. And I kid you not, like when I was in Mexico, I was amazed at how the short señoras, the women, the older women in the markets, very short. I'm talking like 4'2", 4 foot tall. And the way they can pick things off the ground, it's just so effortless.
Well, they
right?
probably do it on accident. They're like they're on the ground. Like they're part of the ground almost.
Well, yeah. And if they drop something,
they're a feature.
It's just there. It's there. It's right at their fingertips, right? And what I need, what I need is somebody short. I need them to pick up sticks. You know, like that's who I need to hire right now. I need a groundman for my tree business. I need him to pick up sticks from the ground. So I need somebody that's short. My brother's friend was a tall white guy, and you're traveling down, bending down. It's a lot more wear and tear on the back, especially the lower back. And ideally, also my partner's Mexican. His English is pretty good, but it would be also easier for him to manage another Mexican. So I said, in front of his black friend, I need a short Mexican to that would be ideal for me as a groundman in my business, somebody to pick up sticks. And my brother's black friend Brack, he oh man, he gets pretty offended by that. He said he'd call me racist, call me racist for saying that. So my question was, all right, who is taller, a white American or brown Mexican?
White.
And well, he said, well, his answer was, America's not a race. And my response was, well, Mexican is not a race either, right? It's like, the Spanish, the Basque Country, and then indigenous. And so I had to like make the question again. In general, who is taller, a white American man or a brown Mexican man? And he said, "Oh, I wouldn't be able to answer that. I'm not gonna generalize like that." So
why? It's generalizing is a skill. You're saying you just aren't skilled enough to look at averages? I mean, it's really because it's this
in
political
general,
correctness stuff, right? I mean, like,
yeah,
I'm
that's
getting
what
that
it is.
political correctness vibe with this dude right here, Mr. Chunkers. I'm getting a lot of, and he's not in focus. Just put it on autofocus at least, dude. I mean, it's just a lot of political correctness stuff. And
He said he looks at his phone, and the worst sin than abortion
your
is
children.
Yeah, is looking at his phone too much.
Yeah, that's not it. I mean,
I'm sorry for dragging you through this video, man.
No, I mean, it's whatever.
Pretty,
it's whatever. Like, I don't know. It's this, like, you can't judge me. Only God can judge me. Just kind of like platitudes, because you can talk about sin and the consequences of it, and you're not necessarily condemning or judging the person just for being able to discuss it. I mean, you could, but I think you can conflate those things. I don't think just having the conversation equals condemnation or telling somebody to repent of it. Yes, like, we're all sinners, but saying like you should murder your own kids, and you're like, well, you're on your phone too much. I'm like, all right, stop killing your kids. Like, yeah, it's true. I'm on my phone too much. Mm-hmm. I don't murder my kids, and I don't think you should either. So I was at my wife's 10-year high school reunion, and I go in this room. It's like a brewery, and I don't know any of these people, so I'm just kind of blending in. And I was talking to this one lady, and I was like, yeah, she was asking me about like where I lived and stuff. I was like, yeah, I got these new neighbors that moved in. You know, they're from Seattle, and they were kind of probably like on the left, but it seems like they've pendulum swung to the right a bit. And the reason they left Seattle, and I quote, this is what they said: "There's too many Indians moving in." And the lady went, "Oh my God, how could they say that?" I'm like, okay, I know who you are now. I was able to. That wasn't me that said that. I probably hate Indians more than them, but they said that they really hate Indians. And I was like, okay, I know who I'm talking to, and I can navigate a little more.
Navigate. Right. There you go. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I mean, Mexicans in general, short and brown. General. You know.
Oh, hello, Collie.
Senor Collie.
Border Collie. What about this dude? What's he saying? Bernie Sanders?
Next fact about Mexicans is that they are short and brown.
6. Last but not least, they are short and brown.
That was my point too. Make them laugh.
It's just a joke.
Absolutely must have maternal instinct. Yeah. Wifely quality.
So cringe.
That's another thing about like the woke political correctness stuff. You can't make jokes. Every joke that you make as like a Christian conservative person is anathema, but they can make jokes about you or even laugh at your jokes, but you're bad for making them.
Impurity.
Yep.
Wifely qualities, perfect mother to your offspring.
She may have wifely qualities. Doug, how am I not writing music? I could write a reggae song right now. If this is what writing reggae music is, I can do it right now. Bernie Sanders. Okay, yeah, I'm not doing that. But I also love that he never really said what the wifely qualities he's looking for in his wife that he already has. He never says what they are. I guess he does say chaste in spirit and purity, but I feel like that's not necessarily just a wifely quality. Do you know who else is also chaste in spirit and purity? Fucking nuns. And you can't marry them. Believe me, I've tried.
Peace and love, but do not be gay.
I think that's how I'm going to start every single one of my videos from now on.
Again, I wanted to comment on the
but do not be
the wifely qualities. That song was written to my son and what he should look for in a wife. And there's a bunch of qualities in there, you know. So yeah, I wanted to mention that. That song is that reel, I think like 500,000 hits on Instagram. Tons of shares, like went pretty viral. So, and it was a makeshift kitchen that I did, so it looked like we're living in just, you know, I mean, it's pretty cringe. I get it. I totally get it. But it worked, man, and I gained a bunch of followers from it. So, that's the point of making these short clips.
I mean, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, it's its own thing.
Vibe.
Be gay.
Peace and love, but do not be gay. Every man should protect his wife and his children from the gay propaganda that has infiltrated the West.
Yes.
If you think that homosexuality is normal, well, I'm here to tell you that it is not normal. It is abnormal. And we must be promoting family and virtues in our culture instead of gay stuff.
You know what I think is more perverted than being gay? Being obsessed with how other people have sex. I feel like that's a little perverted. Like,
well,
that's
not sex.
What's constantly playing in your head. Yeah, I wonder who that person is fucking today. And if
they're pretty open with it. They it's like their whole thing. It's like who they are. They call it their identity.
Fucking the wrong person, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him because they're not fucking the person.
No, it's more like they're killing themselves spiritually, and they're getting AIDS.
That I think they should fuck. Why do you care? But I guess the answer
because they're getting AIDS.
Is that Abba Alabanza does think that gay people are affecting him in a negative way.
He opposes the proud. He opposes the proud.
How can you live through the last decade without thinking that the gays are affecting you in some way? Like they have the parades, they have all of the media, they have all of the companies. I mean, like in the last year, since September, the wave has gone the other way, and we didn't really have gay Pride Month this year. Glory to God. But do you just have selective memory, or do you just think like when somebody's pushing propaganda and oppressing people with their narrative, it's okay as long as it's one that you're okay with? And you just have a blindness for it? Because come on, it's obvious. Come on. You don't really believe that, do you? Listen to the words coming out of your mouth. You don't really believe that.
Exactly. No, and reproductive dead end and propaganda works, absolutely works. And the big pushback though is, but how does it negatively affect you? And I've had to take 2 books out of my house that we've been gifted by my son because I had gay stuff in it.
Yeah, it's just you have to like read everything. You have to like watch all the shows. You can't just trust stuff because it's trying to infiltrate your children's minds. It's trying to break up your family. And like this guy would be like, so what they do in the privacy of their bedroom, how does that affect you? Why are you thinking about what's going on in their bedroom the whole time? Like, what's wrong with you? It doesn't affect you. And I'm like, let's hear what they have to say.
Someone's gotta teach them not to hate. We're coming for them. We're coming for your children. We're coming for them. We're coming for.
You shouldn't have rights. Let's take them away. Anyways.
Is that real?
Yes, that's 100% real. That's the
that wasn't a parody?
No, that was this like the San Francisco gay choir for real, 100%. That's a real thing.
I made a video. I could think about buttholes I just messed that up. Huh? I could talk about buttholes all day and not be attracted to them because I'm not mentally ill like that. And I think a lot of men would totally resonate with that. I mean, we could talk about buttholes all day. Just zero attraction that,
I mean, let's do another parallel. Let's do a parallel to that. I could talk about children all day and not be a pedophile.
There you go, dude. This is why I got to talk with you more. Whew.
Which sounds, because like you, there's the butthole things is a little bit more of a narrow topic. I mean, maybe you could be like, oh yeah, like, what's your favorite sphincter?
No pun intended, the narrowness.
Yeah, it's a narrow gate there.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. We want to jump to a different one of these people that are, these hit pieces on me, because this one was actually one of the most boring ones.
The guy didn't have much to say. I mean, oh my God, this next one. Oh. Anyways, that guy didn't have a lot to say. He just kind of like, this is what he said. And then he played what you said. He's like, can you believe what he said?
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
We got to be more harsh criticizing these people.
My makeup's a little busted. Nobody
this one
noticed.
has 120,000
I think I legally have to apologize
views
before I show you any of what I'm going to show you today.
So this is a dude.
This is a guy. This is a dude. And he made this, how long is it? 17, 20 minute?
17 and a half.
Hit piece, right? Hit piece on me. And look at that. It's got 114,000 views just 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And man, I've had Rastafari guys. Right now, this is happening. This video is being passed to all these Rastafari, this big group in Europe, and also some South Americans. And they've sent me this video, and they're trying to cancel me, and they're calling for a massive reporting of my social media. So I've been having to appeal a lot right now. And they put this video in it of this guy. This is the guy that has convinced Rastafari people to cancel me online, right? Can you believe it? That's how cooked. That's how cooked the Rastafari movement.
Rastafaris, are they just a big bunch of gays?
Bunch of gays.
Just a bunch of gays.
Bunch of gays. It's gotten super, super gay. Yep, Rastafari movement has become totally woke, fake, and gay, to say the least. It's amazing. I mean, think about it. Think about that level of discernment. They're looking at this ladyboy guy, dude, and they're like, okay, well, we must cancel. This guy must carry the truth of Rastafari, Haile Selassie, the Christian monarch in Ethiopia. This guy carries the truth. We must cancel Abba Alabanza. So yeah, go on.
I'm getting drug addict vibes from this dude. Like, if you're the dealer and this guy's coming up, you're like, I gotta go get some new turf. This guy like looks desperate. He's sweaty. Comes to me, he needs a fix. Like, yeah, great customer, but like I don't feel safe around this nigga.
So I'm sorry, it's not good. You're not gonna like it. And I'm not one to exaggerate. I would never do that. But I think I might have found the most delusional guy on Instagram.
Know thyself.
But before I get into it, here's a quick word from today's video sponsor. This video is sponsored by...
I don't care! What?
Funny. And I had thought, or maybe hoped, that this was like a really good bit. It's not. This is a guy who does conservative reggae, almost exclusively.
I love when there's all this gay propaganda and like propaganda for the things I like, but when there is music that's something I don't agree with, I can't believe it. I can't believe it exists.
I know. And I've never said that. I never called myself conservative. I never promoted this project as conservative. But look at the title: conservative reggae is unbelievably bad.
Right.
And the last guy also said that, right? Conservative reggae.
Well, I mean, I think like they're correct intuitively because they know that art and music and storytelling and all this stuff is where a lot of the decisions in our culture get made. People listen to stuff, they watch stuff, and it changes their minds. It changes everything at large. So when they see that you're making something that's saying that you should have traditional values, that you should get married, that you should have children, like it's an existential threat to them, and they know that you're wielding it like an actual sword. That they have wielded the sword of media propaganda for, let's just be conservative and say a decade now. And they see you wielding it like, oh no, we have to stamp this out because that's how we've propagated our ethos everywhere.
Yeah, and it has to be this way, right? I mean, No, I hear you. I hear you there. Yeah, and I mean, of course, like a lot of my content holds conservative values, I guess you could say. So, yeah, it's understandable. But it's just, yeah, funny thing. I guess it's for their viewers, right? Because man, people are so uneducated on reggae music, and it's like like reggae is the foundation of reggae is very much conservative. You know, it's like, so like. And I had the title like, Christian reggae artist, and I get a lot of backlash from them with that also. And it's like, yeah, I mean, Haile Selassie, Rastafari was a Christian monarch. Like the foundation of reggae music is totally Christian. It's Rastafari movement has turned into like Messianic New Age movement stuff, but it's very well known that Christ is there. I mean, it's like, it's a Christian movement, I mean, whether that be Protestant or whatever, but I mean, actually, Haile Selassie, right? We talked about this, but he's an Oriental Orthodox Christian monarch. So it's not, so far out to say Christian reggae artist, but they think they're making fun of me hardcore by Christian reggae artist. This guy thinks he's a Christian, It's like, so it's like, yeah, actually, those two things are like together. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I want to start doing that, man, making more content, just educating people on reggae music a bit more instead of all of the reggae rage bait that's happening.
Even when all the reggae artists would sing about Jah, aren't they singing about like the Christian God? Absolutely. Or is it kind of like Messianic or more vague or monotheistic? De-Christianized.
Well, I'm saying Messianic in the sense of like Yahshua. They say Yahshua. Yeah. So I mean Christian. Yeah, Christian.
So not even just like Yahweh, or like they're explicitly talking about Joshua, like Yeshua, the Christ.
Yeah. Yahweh. Yeah, coming from in Psalms a few times it has the Y-A-H Yah. Referring to God as Yah, and so the Rastafari took that and said Jah. Jah, and actually in Spanish you pronounce the Y as J, so Jah also in the Jah.
I mean Joshua is the same name as Jesus. It's just that the different sounds and different in different languages.
Alliterations. Yeah.
Yep.
Moonlighting is a big laugh out loud. Listen, rip the face mask off about now. A spiritual battle of consonants and vowels.
The Tom McDonald of the reggae world. And it sucks. It sucks really bad. Online, he goes by Abba Alabanza. I think I'm saying that right. Abba. But his real name's probably like Mark or John. Abba Alabanza close. Sounds like the name of a touring magician in the circus. The fantastical Abba Alabanza. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by his stupid name. At first I thought Abba was just some guy, just existing on his own space on the internet that very few people even know about, myself included, unfortunately. But the more of Abba Alabanza that
means you're really happy to have discovered Abba Alabanza.
Right.
Was that a Freudian slip? Unfortunately, I was unaware until now.
I observed, the more familiar the whatever's going on with him became.
Rastafari blessings, family. I hope all y'all have a wonderful day, and I wish upon all y'all peace and love and prosperity. But remember, do not be gay.
I feel like social media, especially in America, has caused like a collision of a lot of already loosely applied beliefs, philosophies, and lifestyles, like Christianity and trad culture, wellness and fitness with alternative medicine, colliding with government conspiracies and general race science and bigotry. This is the stuff that's like marinating in people's brains as they, I don't know, consume Instagram reels or something. And I feel like Abba Alabanza is the kind of guy almost created by the algorithm. Like his viewpoints are informed by social media and conspiracy theories. So it's all super reactionary and angry and spiteful, how reggae usually is. I mean, we all know reggae has long been a platform for white men's grievance politics.
Democratic society's becoming absolutely degenerate. Unhealthy food and fat people angry and belligerent.
Abba Alabanza makes conservative, white nationalist, traditionalist, Christian, anti-vaccine, homophobic reggae. But what's really interesting is that Abba didn't always...
So actually, I got off the phone today, and it has been a long time coming, with one of the most well-known Rastafari guys. His name is Ras Elijah. And we spoke for about an hour and 15 minutes or so, but he's all about, Black nationalism, Marcus Garvey stuff, and so, I mean, like, he's saying, F America, like, the blacks need to get out now. They're not appreciated. They need to go and have their own place in Africa. And that, but okay, so my comeback, and I'm totally retarded for thinking this way, but isn't that also, in a way, white nationalist?
That is white nationalism too, because he's saying the white people should have their land. They should explicitly have America, and all the black people should get out. He's a segregationist, so he's Jim Crow, bro.
He's the Jim Crow, bro. Yep, Rasta Jim Crow.
I'm white and I'm a nationalist, but I'm not a white nationalist. I mean, necessarily. I mean, I'm a Christian nationalist, and Christian is I'm of the Christian race. Amen.
Yeah, God bless. Yeah, I'm with you there. Amen. I'm with you there, and it is a cultural thing. Haile Selassie speaks often about seeing beyond skin color and embodying the spirit of Christ. So
I still
100%
imagine a lot of African Americans having a good time in Africa. I went to a garage sale a couple years ago of this black family, and I bought some of his clothes because apparently they're just getting rid of like everything, and they're just gonna like buy everything. They're going to, I don't know, Somalia or Kenya or something, and they're just gonna buy all their clothes there and like integrate into the culture there. I'm like, good luck. Your kids are on iPads right now. I don't know how they're gonna do.
Yeah, I can imagine it working, and I mean, if it didn't work with Marcus Garvey, and I mean, it was an epic failure with Marcus Garvey. Like, how in the world could it work now, right? And I do think that there was more oppression towards blacks here in the West, in the Caribbean, and here in the Western world, the Americas, and maybe there was a place for some of those ideas that Marcus Garvey was espousing, but if wasn't enough of a place, didn't work at all, totally failed. And I mean, if it failed then, like, how can you expect that to work now? So that's one big part of this mission with the reggae music and things is to update it, because it's very outdated, especially in that area with Black nationalism and catering to Black Americans especially. So I mean, it's become that, it's become very lefty, wokey, and fake and gay. Rasta movement became very fake and gay. So trying to come on, guys, come on back.
Well, you'll never hear people like really come up with good arguments when they're just calling you a white nationalist. They're running down the list of secular sins that you've committed in their eyes. You're a homophobe, you're a transphobe, you're a white nationalist, you're whatever the hell else this lady dude said. But they'll never actually like give an argument or defend a position for why those things are bad. Like, maybe the best they could come up with is like the harm principle, which is like Sam Harris, not a defensible position. Because what is harm and who interprets what harm is, that's not something you can really pin down. It's not objective. So and it's just relies on the secular, materialistic, moral framework of you decide what's right and wrong. There's no actual morality. It's just preferences. So all of it's going to break down, but they're never going to defend that position, or really even like come up with like syllogisms or whatever to attack you. They're never going to even break you down. It's just throw out the bad sounding words as stones to silence you with. That's all they really have is rhetoric.
Yeah, I don't know how decent. I mean, I've become very desensitized to a lot of it, because it's just those ad hominems are just being repeated over and over and over and over. So there's just no weight to it anymore, and maybe sending me into this all reggae rage bait, it may be sending me into too desensitized to it at this point. But there's times definitely I step back and okay, this is, I mean, it would be such a waste of time to be, trying to mingle with all of these haters, because it's just a lot of it. There's that video that he just put on there. That also went super viral.
I mean, this dude's sending you lots of views and potential new listeners, even if they're rage baiting, hating you. I mean, that's going to boost your algorithm. So this dude's calling you all these deplorable things, but I mean, he's actively sending the algorithm towards you. So what is this dude's goal even?
I think he's wanting to entertain his audience, and that's it, and this is entertaining. I mean, I'm the guy up the clown up there, right? The conservative reggae artist, the walking contradiction. So for for a lot of them, it's
irony
entertaining.
From what I'm looking at right now.
And I actually I there's part of me that enjoys entertaining. I mean, even these degenerates. Yeah,
dude, I was about to bring this up. Their whole critique is like they love freedom of choice and like let us be gay, like they should be able to have their choice, and like what does it bother you, like if what they do in their privacy or what they post online or how they make your kids act in school or the books they aren't allowed to read in school, or why does that bother you? Like why does it bother you that we're burning Bibles or whatever? Like, isn't it just artistic expression? But they're like, no, not like that. You're Christian. So I mean, it's just they are pro censorship, which I'm not even against censorship in total. I think Dustin, tell me if this is a bad argument or whatever, but I've been thinking about how being totally anti-censorship is self-contradictory, because you'd have to censor the people that want to censor, like just being a laissez-faire open market, but with censorship, you'd have to, it would have to be self-contradictory, right? Because you'd have to censor the people that want, pornography or whatever censored, which I think, especially if you're a Christian, like if people who are, conservative, enlightenment, free market people, or like libertarian, I'm trying to say, they're like super against censorship generally, but I feel like you got to be against some. Like, you don't want drag queen story hour, you don't want porn in front of your kids. Like, it's like seems ridiculous that you wouldn't be pro some censorship.
Yeah, I'm with you there, and like, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be allowed to say certain things. Like, I mean, rhetoric that's really going to, you're online and you're like, we're rounding up Friday night and we're going to, like mass murder all of the people at this park or whatever, and like we got to censor you from saying that, and from pushing them from meeting with all those people. And that wasn't a good example, but you know what I mean. And I'm sure if I thought about it more, I could come up with some better examples to maybe stunt that enlightenment libertarian freedom of choice guy. That's,
I mean, there's worse things to be than libertarian, but it's very much like obsolete, leads to degeneracy, or at least leads to having no weapons to defend against degeneracy, because the degenerates have the same foundation, the same framework as you, so you don't really have any real tools against them. Like Dustin, it's a good argument too. If you believe in democracy and that we should all be able to vote, why couldn't we vote to have a monarchy or to abolish democracy? If it's a true democracy, shouldn't you have the right to elect a monarchy? Shouldn't you have the right to abolish democracy? Like if you aren't able to do those things, if you're not able to enact your will through the vote, then you don't really have a true democracy. The freedom to express your will through the vote is limited.
Yep.
Anyways, what's this dude talking about?
Make conservative music, at least not explicitly. The majority of the stuff he's posted on his YouTube channel is just your standard imitation reggae. And obviously it didn't do very much for him numbers-wise. Right up until a year ago, when he made Feminism is a Problem.
Feminism is a problem. The holy patriarchy design a job. Feminism is a problem. We're gonna make the home
This video singularly got more
That's
views
good.
than any other video up until that point. And naturally, he followed it up with more Christian conservative reggae that nobody wanted. Obviously, the song sucks, but it's really hard to get this hook out of my head. It's partially why I'm making the video, so I don't have to think about it anymore.
If it sucks and it's in your head, it sounds like you're critiquing the lyrical content, not the actual music content.
This song,
so just be honest. Just be honest and say you like it.
Yeah, and H3, you know, he actually had his producer take this song, and during his lives, they play it here and there. And, you know, they were saying, you know, H3 said he hated my vibe and all this stuff, but he's getting this song, and he sent me a lot of listeners also. This guy's about to dance to it. This guy's about to dance to it, so.
Yeah, I mean, this person probably says the same thing to Hail Hitler. Like, yeah, this is a terrible song, but I can't get out of my head.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure, it's a terrible song. I know that you have to wave your flag, whatever. Sorry.
I mean, we've hit this point with just algorithmically generated content that conservatives are satirizing themselves. It's like a bit. It shouldn't be real, but it is. Objectively lowering demographic alarm. That's fucking bars, dude. Wait, Abba Alabanza, what demographics are they lowering? You just said objectively lowering demographic alarm. I love the way he closes this one out, too.
What did you say?
Well, lowering demographic, how many people have, you know, are not existing today because of abortion?
Right.
So,
Abba, do you believe in white genocide?
Man, did you just say?
I'm just asking if you believe in white genocide.
Let me charitable with you and give you a direct answer. No.
Oh, you don't believe in white genocide? All right. I thought we would have agreed. Anyways.
Dude, he's so fucking sad. And this is awesome that I get to say this, but Abba Alabanza being like a white nationalist reactionary conservative makes him kind of a hypocrite, because a cursory look through his Instagram reveals that he lives in Mexico and is very racist towards Mexicans.
Hey guys, here are 6 things that I learned about Mexicans from living in Mexico the past 6 years. 1, they are liars.
So Mexico is a country with a feminist, Jewish, socialist president who I pledge my undying international allegiance to. Yeah, sounds a little hypocritical to me, Abba. If you like reactionary anti-vax politics so much, why do you move?
I love this leader, not for anything they believe or do, but because of what their identity is. Good job. Oh yeah, the irony of a troon with these dead fish eyes saying that you look sad.
This guy, I mean, he's probably suffering quite a bit.
Yeah, it's sad.
You know, it is sad. I mean, look, he looks pretty obese too.
Like, well, I don't know what it is. Like, whenever dudes try to become women, they just look like lesbians, which look like women that look like trying to be like dudes.
Yeah, it kind of does it.
Because they can never. Yeah. They either look like lesbians or they look like prostitutes. Like they have 1,000% more makeup than any woman would normally have. They're wearing like fish nets, and they're like sexually like objectifying themselves at all times because they think women are just sex objects. So they're like, I want to be a woman, therefore I have to be a sex object. You probably what do you think, like double spaced? What do you think the spacing of those lines would be?
He's got that wrinkle right here where a joint shouldn't be. Yeah. And it actually, I can't, I'm thinking of jokes in my head about this guy, and I'm not saying them out loud.
That's probably the best.
Right? Because, I mean, he's probably pretty miserable.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I'm probably going to say some of the jokes, but that doesn't mean I won't also say that I know a lot of trans people personally. You know, people, and that's just me being, using the lingua franca or whatever. That's me using shorthand, but I'm people that think they're the wrong gender than they actually are. Hello, listener. Good to see you. And like none of them are happy. They're all coping and trying to make it through. And like my little brother is a troon. He thinks he's a lady. And for a couple of years, he'd call me and he would tell me like all the horrible things going on in his life. Like he can't get out of bed. He thinks he's going to lose his job. And he like just he would go on and on and on for like a half hour, just all the stuff going on in his life and how he's like miserable, and he'd be like, "But I'm the happiest I've ever been, really."
Yep.
I'm like, just be honest, dude. Like I know you can't be honest with yourself, because you're not admitting who you are in your own body, in your own soul. But like, you're not going to start fixing any problems if you're just lying to yourself that it's okay. Like I get optimism and like trying to make it through, and like it's not the same thing as like saying don't doom or whatever. Like that. Like I don't think pretending that you don't have problems or that's really the best it's ever been is the same thing as optimism. It's delusion, because you can be optimistic and be like, yeah, this stuff sucks, I'm gonna make the best of it. What are my options? What can I control? I'm gonna take the time to grieve or mourn or whatever. But I don't know, it's sad. It's and these people are people that need to be shown love. And most of them, it's similar to like people in the occult, women that are into occult stuff and witchcraft and tarot and all this stuff. They're looking for healing because they've had trauma, and they're literally trying to find like white magic healing spells. They're trying to make some kind of bargain with Satan to heal them of their trauma or whatever. And it's going to just fracture their soul even more. But it's the same thing with the troons in them. They have that in common. Of like, they have trauma. They're not dealing with it. They're trying to cover it up. They're trying to pretend like it's not there. They're using these ideologies as a salve for their soul, for the wounds on their soul. So I mean, we should have compassion on them. And yeah, I mean, like the jokes write themselves, because I mean, like, God damn, look at this guy.
Yeah. No, and
I mean, the jokes just write itself. But yeah, it's really sad. And I think we can do both.
I see what you're talking about pretty often too. And that people pleasing, like, and also like the fake optimism, and I don't know, for people like us, it's like, you can't pander to that too long. It's just not sustainable, and it's that nervous, like, yeah, cool, yeah, cool. How are you? Yeah, good, cool. And, it's just like there's this kind of nervous energy behind it, and I just see that pretty often, and I know that like between them, they're like chatting like that to each other too, lying to each other, about how everything is, so perfect and things. But the misery, yeah, exactly. I mean, it just leak out and not see it, and you can see it in this dude's eyes right now.
Clay asks, is there a reason Orthodox Christianity attracts people who want to be edgy internet personalities? I mean, if you think what I'm saying is edgy, like, probably don't have like a good lens of, because talking about the troons and like just being honest with, I don't know. Well, I'm not even talking about race, like just troons and a cult is what I was just talking about. It's like, is that edgy? Like, I don't know.
That's like that the historical church, has never affirmed homosexuality, like what's happening right now in a lot of Prot churches, right? So, and dogmas and things. So,
I mean, I'm not against being edgy or whatever, but like I said, like I'm not dismissing that you can make fun of these people. I mean, like I said, the jokes write themselves. It's not hard. It's almost like too easy. But we should keep in mind that they're people that need to be loved, because they're looking for love in all the wrong places. Mm-hmm. Satan, will you heal me with your witchcraft?
This guy doesn't know that he's made an image of God, and he's mutilating his body. Maybe. He may be on some pills and stuff, right? Trying to get it.
Looks like he's doing a Jedi mind trick on you right now. Like, I am a woman. The desperation is life. Please believe me.
I mean, why is Orthodoxy edgy? And today, like when you bring today's modern degenerate culture, and then you bring Orthodoxy, and you just, I mean, it's just like, it's going to be naturally pretty edgy, right?
Right.
Compared to
the world.
What? Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a reason that so many people who were edgy already come to Orthodoxy, because they're looking for truth. I mean, tons and tons of people in the punk rock movement come to orthodoxy. I mean, there was a whole magazine written by people who were punk rockers that came to orthodoxy. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's edgy itself. Like, it's not. I mean, like, I agree with you. Orthodoxy is not edgy. It's sanity in a mad world. Yeah. So I like with this guy saying that, like, me just like saying obvious truths about deluded people is that's considered edgy. Then, like, man, like the jokes I'm holding back on, you want to buckle up.
I think this guy said that I am the most delusional. He said, I'm not trying to be sarcastic.
Yeah,
I think that's what
yeah.
I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but this may be the most delusional guy on the internet.
On Instagram.
Okay, Instagram speaking about me. And I mean, he's saying that, right? Looking like this. That I thought that this guy also had some Pikachus in the back, but I think he changed. Yeah, there's a squirrel.
Yeah, I think Clay wouldn't be saying this stuff so boldly if I was a white man. If I was a white man, I don't think he'd be. I don't think he'd have the gall to say it. But since I'm black, since I'm a nigga, he feels like he just has free reign to freaking say mean things about me.
Spiritual mission that literally borders on psychosis, where you're making up these like villains and you are making up the battles for you to defeat them. Abba Alabanza is not the only guy that does this. J.K. Rowling also does this. Many prominent transphobes do things like this. I think it's really weird. It's probably a really great ego boost, though.
Very prominent people who understand basic biology.
And people who want to be themselves. So obviously, this shit sucked and nobody watched it. Over time, Abba Alabanza posted 2 albums of kind of similar stuff, but not as explicitly right-wing, although there are signs. How do you even get into doing this? Like, at its best, it's mid. But as soon as Abba started posting more right-wing shit, like It's Okay to Be White, which is a totally AI-generated music video, and I think AI Bob Marley, he started getting more views from it.
This song goes out to all the guilty white boys who've been blamed for things you never did. It's okay to be white, no shame in your skin. You've been blamed for things you never did.
Who are these people? Another of his more successful videos is One Love, but not gay. Happy Pride Month, guys, come on. Which, by the way, is literally an AI-generated Bob Marley hate song. Technology, innovation, everything is computer.
Wait, okay. Have you seen, do you know who Sam Hyde is?
Yes, I don't know him so much, but I have seen some things.
Dude, he's awesome.
I definitely liked what I've seen. Very fun.
He was on an interview recently. I can't remember what it was, what the freaking podcast would call it. I'd be able to look it up pretty easy. But he brought on this MMA dude, and he was asking him about, like, I heard you're really controversial and edgy or whatever. Like, what do you say? And like, he would basically just like say, I think white people should be able to self-determinate and like stick up for themselves and say it's okay to be white, and like it's okay to be in your own group, and like that other people do it too, and like you shouldn't be ashamed of who you are or where you came from or your heritage. He's like, so why do you hate black people, and like why do you hate Jews? He's like, why does it have to be a hate thing? Like, I'm just saying everybody else does this, and nobody is mad when black people are nationalistic, or black people are ethnic or whatever. Like, I'm just saying that people are really upset when white people do it, what everybody else is doing. Like, it doesn't mean I have to hate them. I'm just saying, like, clearly there's an anti-white thing going on. And like, what do you think about it? And he was pretty much just like, ball in your court. Like, this is happening. What do you think about it? Like, I'm not saying I hate people. Like, the dude kept saying, like, if you hold this position that's outside of the Overton window, that means I can conflate it with you hate everyone else because you're saying good things about white people. And he's like, no, like, you keep saying that about me. Like, why are you so upset?
Yeah, I've gotten that a lot too. A lot from that. That is interesting. How they jump to that conclusion that you just hate everyone else if you say it's okay to be white. No shame in your skin. You've been blamed for things you never did.
I ain't no slaves, but I've been thinking lately, would it be that wrong? I mean, okay, Clay, come back. I'm about to say something edgy. I'm pretty sure there's people that would live better lives if I owned them. I'm not trying to be weird about it. I just see the way, like, I mean, like, I look at this dude. And I'm like, if he was my slave, he would live a better life. I mean, I'm not trying to be, it wouldn't be a hateful thing. Why does that have to be hateful? I'm just saying this dude clearly can't make good decisions on his own behalf. So let me do it.
That's true.
What I'm saying?
I'm totally with you there. Yeah,
Positive case for slavery.
I could absolutely be that guy's slave master.
Right. Yeah.
And he would most likely have a better life. I would feed him.
Yeah, hello, listen. I mean, people do it in jail all the time. They're basically slaves, free room, board, square meals. I mean, they like get to work with their hands and they're not distracted by modernity as much.
Meals,
yeah, I mean,
meals. That's living like a king. 3 meals.
I mean, I'm also a Southerner, so maybe that paints my views a little bit. But
this guy needs,
I don't
you know, maybe not 3 meals. Maybe we could work our way up to 3 meals.
Yeah, let's start off with half. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not like generally pro-slavery, but living my life these past 30 years, I'm like, some of them probably had it better than some of my peers right now. Like if we took some of the slaves and we brought them here, and we took some of the people that brought them there, brought them back to slavery times, I'm thinking the people in slavery times that came, like people that came back to slavery times, like this, all right. And the people that came back to nowadays, like, take me back. Massa, take me back now, Massa. That's all I'm saying.
That that's the case. Even if it was, YouTube shouldn't be tolerating this in the first place. This song, I Just Want a Housewife, has a literal directed slur in the first like 10 seconds.
I just want a housewife,
nigga.
The opposite of a blue-haired dad.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, YouTube. Happy Pride Month. He has one song where he talks about like pee-pee inside of the poo-poo.
Pee-pee inside of the poo-poo is not God's design. Nor can a hole enter another hole, no lies.
Wow, man, did Bob Marley actually say this? It's not even a bit, by the way. This guy has like a psychosexual obsession with pee-pee and poo-poo. Super predictable, not very surprising. But it just goes to show that homophobes are perfectly fine and comfortable debasing themselves and embarrassing themselves because they perceive gay people as less than human. They can't do anything to be more.
Well, I mean, they are debasing themselves. You gay. You like putting the poop in the butthole? They're gay. Whatever he says.
Pee-pee inside of the poo-poo is not God's design.
It's not. Again, like, do you think that homosexuals are less than human?
No, they're still human. Animals do it, bro. But animals do it. Animals also eat their own babies.
Yep.
Doesn't mean it's right.
That's the what is it, the natural fallacy or whatever? Just because it's natural, that means we ought do it. It's kind of like an is-ought gap, but it's with saying that it's natural, therefore good or desirable, or we ought to. But yeah, I mean, you can say that this is outside of God's design, or even like, yes, these people, I would say that homosexuals through their activities become less human because they're damaging the image of God that they have. They still possess the image of God. They're no less human. Mm-hmm. They're made in the image of God, but they're damaging the likeness of they have to the image of God. So they are actively like negating away, like becoming less human through their activities. Doesn't mean they're less valuable, that that God loves them less. It's just that they're destroying themselves. And saying this doesn't mean like you hate them. Like if I keep saying this, like if I hated homosexuality, I hate homosexuality. If I hated homosexuals, if I hated trans people, I would be happy that you were where you were at. I'd be like, yes, chop that thing off. Yeah, keep having the gay sex. Keep doing it. Like I would be, if I hated you, I would want what's worse for you. Mm-hmm. But
this is, even identifying yourself as gay is dehumanizing, right? I mean, we are dehumanizing these people by affirming their fake identity.
Yeah. And like when my brother came out to me and like told me he was a lady, I was like, I'm not gonna call you that. I'm not gonna call you this name. I'm not gonna use your pronouns. And he's like, why won't you respect me? I'm like, it's not respect. You're asking me to constantly in my speech redefine things or affirm things that I not only don't believe, but actively disbelieve. And I think that is very disrespectful from you to me. Like, I don't say, hey, well, you say in the name of the Lord, in the name of Jesus, in the name of the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, praise God, amen, hallelujah. Like every 10 seconds, every time you're talking to me, will you please say that and do the sign of the cross? Will you pray the rosary? Will you do the Jesus prayer? About every 10 seconds when you and I are talking, will you please do that for me? If not, why won't you respect me? Like, I'm asking you to affirm something constantly throughout our conversation that you hate, that you do not agree with. What's the difference? And he's like, why won't you call, like, just like, this is what I'm choosing to be. Why won't you be? I'm like, okay, call me black. I think you could guess what my pronoun is. I think you could guess. And I want you to use that pronoun. I'd be offended if you do not use my pronoun. Does my brother have autism? Potentially. My oldest brother got very sick when I was 7 and my little brother was 3. And whole family kind of broke apart. Very bad times. Oldest brother would tell us which demons were possessing him. He would try to hurt himself, try to hurt us. Both my parents kind of checked out. Didn't really come back online until I was, almost probably already out of high school, really. And I mean, it's altered the course of my life and my little brother's life. And I think I'm not as scarred from it because I got a little bit of a normal childhood, like with a normal middle class white family, Protestant upbringing. Because my our family life was totally destroyed by the time I'm 7. And he's only 3, so he didn't really get any kind of normalcy. I'm like, the most normal part about it was we lived in the same house pretty much until he was like 15 or something. But other than that, I mean, the house was total chaos. So I think he's more like traumatized. Maybe he has autism, but he's definitely not a lady.
Yeah. Can autism be cured?
I think maybe some. I mean, it depends because there's a spectrum. So there's different things. And I would say it's, from my understanding, it's genetic. And there are certain environmental factors that will exacerbate the symptoms or the different proclivities. Like vaccines seem to exacerbate some of the lack of awareness or social ability that different autistic people have. And like red dye and different things, and like ADHD and all this kind of stuff is kind of intermingled. But what was the question? Is there a cure for autism?
Yeah, is there a cure? I've heard that there is. I mean, I've heard that fasting can cure autism. But yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about autism. But what I'm seeing lately is that a lot of my haters online identify as autistic and of their autism, and in a way that's like, I think they included in the LGBT plus IAB. I think are they? Do you know that? Are they including autism in the alphabet?
I mean, maybe. I haven't really heard it. I mean,
yeah. Look, LGBTQ plus IA. I think that last A is autism. Pretty sure.
It's not sexual.
Oh, maybe it is asexual. Yeah. Oh man.
It's sexual.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, they're autistic. I'm retarded. Hey, do you think we can move? Do you think we can move on to the next? Yeah,
of course. One? Yeah, no problem.
A is asexual. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I saw the comments. Okay.
Oh, asexual. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
I was thinking autistic because I keep seeing some of my haters in the.
All right, let's watch. This guy's name is Abba Alabanza.
I don't even need the sound to know I'm a fan of this one.
What do you think?
I need to hear more, but I mean, man, it's spitting.
A lot of these people are Christian, by the way. This is Christian reggae artist.
Island vibes.
No.
All right, let's see. How many abortions? Holy
wait, there's so much going on.
Feminism is a death cult. Whoa. Holy smoke. Bro.
The A is Alabama.
This guy cannot be serious. What the fuck?
Wow. I didn't expect that at all.
Oh, this took such a weird turn.
Traditional values in reggae music. This one actually has some traction, 4,000 likes.
There's so many layers to this. I don't even know where to start.
Fuck, weird and wild business, man.
Well, that's how I'm feeling. It's like it's checking so many boxes that are never usually checked at the same time.
This is a standout performance. He does look like he's got granola crumbs in his shirt pocket.
For sure he does.
Feminism is a problem.
Do you have granola crumbs in your pocket right now? Confirmed. Man, he's a prophet, dude. He's a Jewish Kabbalistic prophet.
Dude, your fucking music is a problem, man.
Bro, why the beat so fire though?
Okay.
This guy's great. Oh no.
Just say you don't agree with it. Stop saying it's bad music right after you say it's fire.
That's why I put that in there. And I cut this video up. They reviewed my channel for like 45 minutes on their show.
Dang.
So I made it short and made it real into it. Yeah. I don't really know him very much, but I mean, I think he's, pretty famous guy. This was
my friends and I watched him like a decade ago, back when he was making like silly little review stuff, and then he kind of it seems like I dropped off of him like 8 years ago or something, but it seems like he's kind of become the person that he would used to make fun of, just a standard lib brain rot dude.
Oh, he make fun of that stuff.
Oh yeah, he used to make fun of it, dude.
Wow, I didn't know that.
At least it seemed like he would make fun of whatever, and now he just has like he's been captured by the ideology.
The comment on there, you see it from Dub Russ. They have to pretend like that they don't like it.
Right. Yep. Every time.
Yeah. You think we could swoop over to the next one?
Yeah.
There's another one on there I wanted to see.
The ginger dude with long hair.
There's that one, and then we can watch this one.
Without further ado, this gentleman is named Abba Alabanza. This is Abba Alabanza. He has less than 4,000 followers on Instagram. Here we go.
False utopia they fighting for. Turn value, don't make distinction. Feminism is a problem.
Oh, wow. That was good.
It says feminism is cancer. A white guy, and he's wearing camo.
Yep.
That's Abba Alabanza.
The song is good.
Is there a joke?
That's the
it's
problem.
like not necessarily.
It's better than other bad viral songs.
Yeah, so this is who this guy actually is.
Okay. Do not be gay.
Oh my! That was such a laugh.
Guys, you know that
song has been stuck
Look
in
at
my
that
head
fake laugh.
all day, and I can't
it's all
stop
performative.
singing it.
This has 260 likes.
he's doing this for nobody.
I know he's doing it for nobody.
I've never even heard of these people. Are these famous people?
So basically, because this guy's so terrible, I'd like to turn the table.
I found him. He's got like 4,000 followers as well.
The business casual. I've never heard of it. I know the internet's weird, dude. Like YouTube, I used to be able to like know who all the people were. Like if you were on YouTube like 15, 17 years ago, whatever, you like knew who people were.
Podcast. I know.
Yeah,
but these guys,
I know. Well, it's like there's people with millions of followers. I'm like, I've never heard of this dude. There's just so many people with giant channels that I've never heard of.
There's kind of a plot twist to it, but yeah, don't keep playing it. Like those guys end up kissing each other.
Oh, yeah, they only have 4,000 subscribers.
It was like they're
protesting.
They're protesting against what they had to like. It was weird, man. They had to like get it out.
Oh, what? Camo. Where'd it go?
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. That felt for sure.
Instead of closed-minded.
Oh, closed-minded. I have to preach now. They're all like Baptist pastors, dude. They just like have to turn everything into like preaching of their religion. They can never just like be a dude, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like gay stuff in the name open-minded. It's just obscene and absurd. So there's another one. Oh, there's this one, which I never really watched. Yeah.
The only thing I know about this dude is he had Elon Musk's son who thinks he's a girl on. That's like the only thing I know about this dude.
I don't know anything about him, and I don't even think I watched this whole video. I just sent you things that I know people have.
Let's go to the most replayed here.
Me.
Somewhere in here.
Somebody said I look like Dom Toretto.
He does look like Bad Empanada, low key. That's not. You ain't wrong about that. Okay, Jolani before he learned about institutions, yeah. Jolani before he got hit with the Zelensky ray.
Are you attending Straight Pride this year?
Yeah, that's why I'm going to the straightest place I can go to, bro.
Yeah, he's escaping. I think it's just very strange that he's escaping Los Angeles in the gayest weekend of the year. The moment gay month hits, he's out of here.
I am going to the straightest place you can go to mathematically in the continental United States.
Is he a homosexual?
Houston, Texas.
Oh,
just the most.
Wait, what the?
The grayest.
Why are you going to Houston, Texas?
That's where DreamCon is this year.
I was driving in Houston, Texas once, and I was driving around, and I was like, "Are we going in circles?" And they're like, "No."
Yeah,
it's just everything. Every couple miles, there's a strip mall that looks the exact same as the one that was a couple miles back.
And then
that's
interspersed between mega churches.
Yeah, and it's hot as.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I mean, maybe all of Texas is like that. Riverwalk, no, that's San Antonio.
I don't care, dude.
Why can't you?
Oh my gosh. Okay, next. I'm vetoing.
Yeah, next. Sorry, man. Yeah, that guy. And I saw. I don't know anything about him, but he's got a lot of followers. Like, there's a lot of people that listen.
300,000 or something.
Okay, this one.
I'm going to say this as slowly as possible so that you can understand it. The government does not need to microchip you. When you have a page on Instagram, on social media, right, that you post from with a cell phone, using Wi-Fi, when you have a pinned video with 1.7 million views, they can find you. I could find you. My God, you look like a Sasquatch's acid dealer. Look, you look like a Wookiee if the entire planet of Kashyyyk was just the state of Nebraska. South Dakota Tarzan looking.
I appreciate the
vaccines
more
would
substance.
do all of the horrible shit that you all
Yeah,
thought
one
they
second.
did,
So
instead of keeping you all
the microchips, it's like, why are you talking about microchips if you have all these followers? And this is what a lot of people took that, and they just reduce microchip to tracking device.
Right.
And microchips could do other things too.
Yeah. Well, it's also kind of a non sequitur. I think they're trying to point out a contradiction. Like, you can't be against microchips under your skin if you use the internet. But I don't see how that logically follows.
Right,
Anybody want to help that dude out? Argue on behalf of the black men here. Yeah, Sasquatch acid dealer. I mean, that was. I give him credit for that. That's better than going like, like this song. I hate it. It sucks. It's so good though. Like,
no, this guy thought about it.
This guy is homophobic.
Right. No, this guy thought through these jokes. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's I'll listen. I'll do him the generosity of listening to the rap.
He said,
alive and making you stronger, because let's be real, most of y'all went to public school. Y'all were mandatorily vaccinated when you were children. You're anti-vax now, but you had them shits and they kept you here. But if they actually did the shit that you thought they did, I wouldn't have to listen to your shitty music. I played 3 of your songs in a row out.
That's called survivorship bias, my dude.
Loud, and it gave my roommate's cat a UTI. Looked like the top of a hobbit's foot. Yo, this motherfucker looks like the word swamp. You can't tell me he don't look like the inside of a paper mache anthill. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Your hair look like Yeti fingers. Cut them fucking Yeti fingers off. Cut them Yeti fingers off. Look like if somebody boiled spaghetti in mud. Why does your nose look like the top of Pride Rock? You look like this fucking Digimon. 50% mosquito, 50% Yeti, 100% disgusting. This is what happens when woods branch out in their music interests. You get the fuck back in EDM where you belong. Sick of this shit.
Why? So that's what crazy is. Like, I don't understand like the hate, because like you're not pushing anything that's disgusting. You're actually anti things that are disgusting. I don't understand why these people think that you're disgusting.
That photo that he chose, though, is pretty disgusting in a way. That's a funny thing that he chose that. And actually, that video, all I say is, America, home of the free, land of online prostitutes. And then I go into the data. and then I go to the I don't even remember it now. Retard. All of these women online on the OnlyFans and things, doing their, the online prostitution. So, but you could find that video on my page and find those stats. But I wish he had played it, but he did, take the screenshot there, and it's a good space, the Yeti finger. There's another one there I sent you of this, it's also a real white dude who reviewed my content.
Got him.
Yeah.
I got something a little different today. I came across this rage bait page, and I guess it baited me, but it's fucking crazy. I needed to share it. A little trigger warning before I play it. Your ears are never going to be the same.
Feminism is a problem. Who gonna make the home and raise the children grown?
Where's the hate?
Yeah. Yep. That's a right-wing Christian reggae artist. Feminism is only a problem for people whose only play at making a family is to control women, to be subservient to them. And I do understand the game here. It's very intentional to remove feminism out of its class origins into this weird realm of divine order of men and women. These anti-feminist talking points only serve one thing: capital accumulation. Because functionally, the goal is to disenfranchise and allow for overexploitation of women.
That's what happens when they go into the workforce. What are you talking about?
I'm actually surprised that you were able to see my comment there, because I thought that would have hidden it or something, but it looks like it's there. Yeah, these guys, man, I don't give I don't give any leeway to, and I mean, it's like white man, on white man right now, I mean, I don't butt with these guys.
I mean, that's why, that's a big argument against white nationalism to me. Cause there's lots of based white people, especially historically or whatever. But I have to make a coalition with this dude. I don't want it.
The thing with these guys is I care so much about women,
right?
Know, that I I have sex with them and I abandon them. That's their vibe.
I care about women so much that I want them to abort our child. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
forcing
the vibe
women
too.
Into unpaid labor in the home.
Unpaid? Who's gonna pay them? Okay, I don't have the video pulled up, but I saw this one video of this lady being like, I charge my husband for all of the housework I do. Every week I charge him $100 for making the kids breakfast and lunch. And I charge him gas for when I drive to the store and pick up groceries. And I charge him $100 a week for doing the laundry. And I charge him, she's like, basically I make about $1,800 a month off of all of the labor I do. And that comes out of his paycheck. And he's not she's saying he doesn't have any say, that she takes from his paycheck and says that it's her earnings, her paycheck, based out of his labor, and that he can have whatever's left over. Like if he wants to have more of his own paycheck, then he could do some of these things that I do that I get paid for.
I'd like to see that.
If this is the mother of your children, you got some work to do, and you gotta.
Man, I think we went almost through all of them.
Are we here? Okay, I just had like a glitched out there for a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Does he charge her rent and food, insurance, and etc.? Yeah, I'd thought about this. There's a really funny irony in it. I don't know if I can conjure it because I haven't thought about this in like a month. But what's your thoughts on something like that?
I mean, is that considered 50-50 to her? Like where is that money going? Yeah, it's breaking up quite a bit. Can you guys? I don't think it's from my end. I'm at the library. Internet here is great. Senor Westford.
Connecting. Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Back.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Is that in her mind? Because, I mean, these are, and she like takes the money and like.
It's Mr. Westford, right? I think my internet's fine. Senor Westford. Senor Westford.
Elon, help me. Help me with. I didn't even change that. Why is it? It's changing things now. The latest version of some browsers, for example, Chrome, seem to have introduced a conflict that is causing studio instabilities while using virtual backgrounds. Oh. Okay. So it's telling me that it's an update from Chrome, and the fact that I'm here with my people. Can you hear me? Am I back?
Yeah, I can hear you good now.
Anyways, maybe we should do something else and wrap it up since I'm getting DDoSed.
Yeah, we can wrap it up. Actually, the library is about to close in like 5 minutes. This is great.
Last one here.
Hey, hello, what do you want to tell me?
A false utopia they fighting for.
Oh, is that so? How do you think that is so?
A false utopia they swallowed whole.
That sounds a bit fake, please tell me more.
A man and woman are not equal.
That's why we should fight better for that.
Why? Share and value but with different rules.
That depends a bit on the situation.
Don't make distinctions for a reason.
And now you're probably gonna tell me the reason.
The men must lead and protect the whole.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
The men and women are competing
with men who want to push us back into the kitchen.
Where you want to be.
Against the very nature of them.
It's always the same leecher.
Feminism is a problem.
I don't know what legion means.
I know. Hey, hello, what do you...
Was she saying religion?
Maybe. That video had like 25,000 likes. I don't know how many views. It's pretty. I don't know. That's a big account. Someone sent me that. And I'm wondering, I sent you how many videos? Quite a few. And it's like, how many more are there out there?
That you haven't seen probably.
That I haven't seen exactly. Hey, TA Cartoons in the chat. What does ledge mean? I think you probably know. What's ledge? What did she say? Ledge.
Feminism is a problem, and I mean, obviously, every person that was critiqued you so far has been a feminist, and we're seeing like the immune response to your music. But feminism is a problem, like for most everybody, people who are actively anti-feminist or conservative or Christian, whatever, we're still living in this post-feminism world where it's coloring the way women see and how you have friends who are all swimming in the same stuff, and like you're talking to them about stuff, and everybody's just they're swimming in it, even if you're trying to be against feminism, might be some unconscious stuff you have to root up or whatever.
Totally. I'm with you there 100%. This is all need to take out the feminist in us, and how, the conditioning, because we all grew up in that. We're all been conditioned by it, whether that be through media or friends, family, or, so yeah, for sure. And who it's a massive problem for a certain group, and that is the babies in the womb. Feminism is a big problem for them.
Yep. It's probably the number one cause of death by far. It's insane.
Yeah,
dude.
and that Lady Boy was saying, that I released a song, and it became more popular, and then that's why I started releasing all the other stuff that had to do with, I don't know, conservative things, and he didn't. I sometimes want to call it she, and I have to correct it
that's the trick
inside of my head. I know. He didn't listen to those previous songs, because I was already speaking about feminism and transhumanism and gay stuff, and reggae is absolutely about praising our creator and exposing political agendas and degeneracy and things. So I'm trying to it in a way where we can bring reggae back to its roots, and there's a lot to talk about nowadays. That's not Marcus Garvey, 400 years. Remember, 400 years, the embellishment of 400 years of slavery, as they've done there with the Black American. So yeah, I'll just do a quick shill. www.amazon-durag.com. Get one of these guys. Get one of these guys right here.
Does that come with free crystals, or sorry, minerals?
I knew you'd give me a hard time for that. Yeah, no, buy the merch. Abba-Alabanza.com. Submission. Bass reggae.
Yeah, if you don't, go follow him. Do you want to plug yourself? You're on Instagram, you're on X, you're on YouTube.
I'm on Instagram, but I'm getting reported a lot lately, and there's a big Rastafari group right now trying to group cancel me. They're calling for mass reporting of my social media, so I have to go in there pretty often and appeal it. Yeah, I actually got a cease and desist letter from a flaming self-proclaimed homosexual who actually works with the Universal Music Group, complaining about one of my products there on my website, and it was One Love But Not Gay, because Bob Marley was clearly not including all of the gay stuff in his One Love equation, right? So I'm trying to just highlight that because reggae music has gotten super fake gay. So One Love But Not Gay, and that's
you're basically saying it's been co-opted, just like the rainbow has been co-opted.
Totally. Yeah, it has been co-opted. Yeah, very feminist, catering to Black Americans, catering to the gay stuff, catering to the feminists. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but it just, and so you say Christian reggae artist or conservative reggae. I'm not saying that, but they're saying it, and it's in their mind it's way out there. far out. And the reality is it's not true. That's more closer to its roots. So that's definitely part of the mission. I spoke with you off camera too, of maybe creating some type of show. I really want to do that where it's an hour long. I think we've gone on for almost 2 hours here, but something that's like an hour long and kind of cookie cutter. Like we have this, we're going to do this.
It's a great way to sell it.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to keep talking about it, and then the manifestation with ski practicing, doing your Kundalini. Rasta Kundalini.
And remember,
just kidding.
You yes, the jokes write themselves, but they need healing,
Man, the library is peace, love, prosperity, abundance, but remember, do not be gay.